Hey, everybody, and welcome to AJS News for March the 9th. This is the second episode for news this week.
Yeah. These are your big-brained news. Big-brained news. Okay, the drier news stories, but the just as important, perhaps the most important.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see, how this video does and with gamers and stuff, because this is a little bit more what is considered dry, but important. So
We just have to sell it.
we got to sell it. This is extremely important. These motherfucking companies.
It hasn't been 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Shit!
Yeah.
Fuck! God damn it!
Well,
All right.
there's that.
We done fucked it up. All right, keep going.
Well, this one's important. Okay, so the
we have the mobile infantry.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Australian Parliament Committee recommends Lootbox Regulation. So this is another of the... And so, like, in Australia, they're significantly more conservative with how they treat video games. Like, the Australian consumers out there really do not like the way that the video games are priced and some of the taxes. But now the government's actually catching up on the lootbox side of thing. And a committee in Parliament said that they are suggesting that loot boxes get regulated, mandatory age verification for purchases toward any simulated gambling elements in games. And they just put out a report just saying, look, we have to do something about it. And so they're catching up to Europe, and hopefully here in the United States we follow suit as well. So this is just another step in the right direction in getting loot boxes out of our games.
Well, they're doing the right thing. I think it's going to be a while for us to catch on, though.
Oh yeah, there's too much money in it. I think
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Australia, it seems like some of their government agencies and bureaus regarding games are a little more restrictive and a little bit more hypersensitive.
Yes.
They have been in the past, those poor gamers down there, but maybe this will result in them doing something good for a change and protecting the consumer from overly aggressive microtransactions and stupid bullshit. Whether that translates into the U.S., no. You have to get
Money talks.
Right. You got to get a lot more momentum going, but it's the start. You get momentum going over there in the UK. You get momentum going over there in Australia. Some of the more other progressive countries like Belgium and things like that in the Netherlands, they're already got that ball rolling. But it's difficult because the companies are smart. They know when to press the gas and they know when to let off the gas. And so right now in the U.S., everybody's let off the gas. But we'll see.
Later on. You guys forgot about it? Bam, here's
that's been announced that maybe might be stepping on the gas. We don't know. Of course, they keep all those microtransactions and the payment model secret until the last minute, until it hits you. And they do that on purpose, not because they're trying to figure out what we should charge. No, they know exactly what they All right.
Trying to
but
pull
it's
fast
good.
one. Get out of here.
Good job, Australia. Keep leading the way. You're going to have to do it because we can't do it ourselves. And you do it, and then we can point to you and say, look, they did it. It's working.
Yes. Well, speaking of loot boxes, Destiny 2 is getting a new update this month, and Bungie has announced that it will finally be eliminating purchasable bright engrams. They're equivalent of like random loot boxes. Now, the transactions will still be there, but there's no more like random, give us money and you don't know what you're going to get. They'll be available in their season pass. But this is another step in the right direction for Destiny 2.
I'm just very skeptical.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because a game like that is moving away from a major publisher like Activision, and it's on its own, and it's on its last legs, in my opinion. They probably wouldn't want me to say that, right? But, I mean, the game did come out a while ago. It is free to play, so it's accessible. If you want to go check it out. Look.
Yeah,
see,
and a new
very
update
nice,
coming out this
right?
month, too.
And some friendly things like that make it all the more reason for you to go check out Destiny 2. Some of the recent expansions and content has been good. However, that to me tells me they're really not making that much money off of those. So let's cut. Because if they were making a ton of money off those, I don't think they'd be cutting it.
You think it's a PR thing?
I think it's a PR thing. I think it's they know that they can make more money. In fact, this might be more revealing than any news story we've ever done. Now that I just think about it, it's like, where is the money being made? They're finding loot box money is going down because player bases are revolting against it, and season pass money is going up. So let's take that and let's move it to the season pass, and we're going to give you incentives to purchase
the
season pass.
Yeah.
So I think that's the direction that companies are going in. Instead of loot boxes, they go with season passes. It's good for gamers because you don't have to spend $1,500 trying to find the thing that you want. At least, hopefully, it depends on the season pass type.
Yeah.
And then it's good for publishers because they know they're getting your money and you're getting a reoccurring.
They can plan around it.
A reoccurring subscription. They plan around it. They're content around it. They know how much revenue is coming in, and they have that revenue. And then it's up to them to deliver the content. But there's still risk involved in the season passes as well. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 2 still kicking. Good.
Yeah. So now we got some information on Google Stadia. And so Stadia is not doing particularly well. And if you want to know why, there's probably a dozen of our news episodes where we talk about why Stadia just flopped and it's not doing well. We get another sign that it's not going particularly well this week. So Google is now giving away 3 months of Stadia access if you own a Chromecast. And so all you have to do is sign up to be advertised to from Google. So things aren't going very well, and they're trying to open it up and be like, please use this damn thing.
They can't even give it away.
Yeah, they're having
it away.
Yeah, so
take it.
I don't.
No.
I don't.
Stop.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't work.
Stop.
No, take it.
I don't want it. Leave me alone.
Take it.
So I don't know if this is a lot of such effort. If they're just trying to get a few more people on the platform so they can stress test it, but the optics aren't good. Where they're like, please.
So this is a Chromecast, the HD or whatever.
Yeah,
the Ultra, right? Okay.
As long as you're.
I got a Chromecast.
I've got one from like 8 years ago or whenever they came out.
It's always breaking down. I guess I need to get the Ultra.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to save it. Do you guys think that they're going to bring enough people in there to use it?
Like I said, I think that they have to do some things now, because I do think that in a year or two, it will be worth revisiting Google Stadia if the service is even going to exist.
Mm-hmm.
There's history of Google starting things and then shutting them down.
Yeah.
Right. Is Google Stadia just going to be another one of the Google Glasses and the Google this and the Google that?
Yeah.
But in order to get there, we need to get 20 more of these news stories, right? You know what I'm saying? And then people might start listening. But giving it away, if you've got Chromecast Ultra, yeah, cool. But I guarantee the percentage of people is still going to be low that signs up and uses it.
Yeah, because the founders already stopped because, like, what is it? Their first
it was first 3 months were free. Yeah.
Now, like, they see their subscriptions drop down.
There's
big
no
time.
games.
Well, this is just a trial period.
No
They're
games.
not giving it away, right? It's free for an initial period,
yeah.
and then they're going to start charging
for
you.
like 3 months.
So they're probably actually just asking for your credit card, and then they're going to auto charge you. So it's probably just like a Netflix trial type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of companies want to work with them either, though.
How revolutionary. Every company does this stupid little trial. It's just that this is going to last for 3 months, and they know because we ain't bringing anything exciting for 3 months, so we're not going to restrict you for 7 days to stop you from getting the cool shit. Even if there is cool shit, you got to buy the cool shit, so what doesn't even matter.
There's no cool shit.
Just, I'm all about GeForce Now over Stadia. And we could talk about GeForce Now. It's either in this video or another video. Because, that's the way to do it. Unfortunately, companies know that that's the way to do it. Anyways.
All right, the last one I want to talk about in this video is Apple. Now, I'm not an Apple guy.
I'm an Android man myself.
Don't you have an Apple Watch?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Something else.
All right. Well, so Apple is finally settling.
Kind of like it.
It's a Fitbit knockoff, Joe.
No, it's
all right. That's fine.
You want to call it that?
All right.
Well, then tell us what it is. Why, unless you're hoping for a promo or something? I want to know what that is.
No, it's like a Versa or something like that.
Oh, you don't
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
It was a gift.
Okay. So Apple's finally settling a lawsuit that's been going on for a while. If you remember, BatteryGate happened about 3 years ago, where iPhone users realized that the iOS 7, so it just says iOS was artificially limiting the processor speeds of iPhones, and Apple did this to preserve battery life and to make sure the phones didn't crash. Because as the
I fucking knew it.
Yeah,
these fucking companies bricking the last fucking version of your shit or making it rougher and more difficult. I fucking knew it. So they've confirmed it.
Yeah, but not what you just said.
Yes. Tell me.
They said the iPhone users discovered that iOS artificially limited processor speeds.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, but they weren't doing it for nefarious purposes, right?
What?
They weren't doing it so you had to buy a new phone. They were doing it because the phones, this was meant to stop real problems with performance since it reduced stress on the battery and could prevent accidental shutdowns. So all you had to do was replace the battery, and then everything was fine. And so, but the thing is, like, Apple didn't let people know about any of these things, and so people thought that their phones were bricking. And so, people were, like, putting on the tinfoil hats, like, they're doing it, so I got to buy a new one.
I am putting on a tinfoil hat. I swear to God, they brick these fucking
another
things.
update?
They make it slow as fuck. No, what's
So
happening?
What you do is you fill it with 8,000 pictures and videos.
Bullshit. No, it's not. I'll tell you how it works. They're fuckers. They're trying to fuck us.
Don't you know what they're doing, kid? They fuck you with cell phones. That's what it is. They're fucking you with the cell phone. They love when you get cut off. You know why? Huh?
Okay, the reason why is they make the new operating system require way more RAM and memory than you have, even though these are small fucking PCs. They're goddamn laptops. They don't need that much of the bullshit, but yet they put the more bullshit in there to handle your pictures. Oh!
They fuck you with the cell phones.
And then your old phones and they fucking brick, and then you gotta go out and buy a new $900 fucking phone and lock yourself into a motherfucking 2-3 year contract just so that you have a fucking mobile computer that you're gonna need to upgrade anyway in a year, and then you have to wait for a year for your contract to expire so that you can get a working phone. They're trying to fuck us.
All right. Well, so
Joe Pesci, they're trying to fuck us.
So Apple finally settling the lawsuit. This class action suit has been going on for several years, but the settlement, they're going to have to pay $500 million. Almost all. It's a class action suit, so almost all of it goes to the lawyers. So this doesn't do anything for if you owned an iPhone.
Like $5?
First step, if you own an iPhone, stop it. Grow up. They're no longer a company that makes anything here in the United States.
They're
so
overpriced.
There's no reason to buy any of their products. And look, if they bring all the factories back here, whatever, fine, do it. But don't buy their stuff. And then now, because they're going to have to pay probably $200 million out to actual iPhone users, you're going to get $1. It's going to cost you more to drive wherever to cash the $1 check than you're going to get. But they are getting the slap on the wrist. But it is just a tiny slap on the wrist. Apple has hundreds of billions of dollars of cash just sitting around. So $500 million in a lawsuit's not going to do much.
No, but you have to give them a little. You have to try to say, we can keep you in check.
Yes.
Stop trying to do this.
Well, Europe's really hard on them right now. Europe's trying to force them to adapt the universal plug, saying no more proprietary plugs that no one can use anywhere. But Apple's fighting it really hard. So hopefully Europe.
Apple, man.
Come on, Europe. Slap them.
Slap them. Slap them. Because seriously, I'm tired of having the little 15 prongs. Which one goes into which one?
Well, that's you have an eye product.
Yeah. No, the iPad.
You have an iPad.
I have an iPad, and that is for work. But yeah, and honestly, when I bought that iPad some 8 years ago,
it's old, so I don't fault you.
8 years ago, it's because the iPad or the iTunes Store, it's just way better on little games and mobile games and shit. Android usually gets the games sometime after the iStore because of the fact that there are so many different devices on the Android platform. But they're all better. It's all open, and it's easier to develop for. It's just there's so many devices that you need to keep compatible, and that's why, that's basically the knock on Android versus Apple. But all the negatives on the Apple side far outweigh that. We're Android people over here. If you're Apple people, then
consider growing up.
Yeah.
Look, they're already mad at me.
Just
whatever.
Say you're wasting your money.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all that we've got as far as the informational news for this week. It's still juicy. Look.
I thought it was juicy. Yes.
There's still some good stuff in there.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Click some of the links below. Appreciate you every time you visit with us, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Bye.